catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target. Got it. Her third. From left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch him. He's going to stop. He's going to go for the... And it fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
It all comes down to this one. One final game here in Miami to determine the season 14 national champion. We got the number 3 ranked Wisconsin Badgers, the number 1 Florida State Seminoles. We expect it to be a great game. Big Murph, you're in here at the booth with me. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, unlike your podcast co-hosts, Frank and Logan, I think this one's going to come right down to the wire. This is going to be a one-score game, especially if Frost and Porter have anything to say about it. I mean, it should be a great slugfest all the way through.
You know, I don't get nervous for games really anymore, but I'm a little nervous for this one. I'm gonna be honest. This one, there's a lot behind this one. You got Tom, who's been here for a while, trying to get his first title. You got Porter versus Frost, and Kyoka Winter out there making a tackle and a 1-yard loss for Richard Fountain to get things started.
And it was also mentioned in the podcast that Fountain was going to have a big game for Wisconsin if they were going to have a shot. That's not a good way to start it out. Caught in the backfield by Winter early on. They're going to have to maybe test this defense right up the middle. None of these stretch plays.
2nd and 11 now in the pistol with 2 tight ends. They're going to bring one of them in motion, and they go with a quick little pass to Moss on the left. He'll pick up 5, but it's going to be a 3rd and 6. Manageable, but a spot where you really want to convert here.
Yeah, it's definitely manageable for this offense, but now you got to face that pass rush with Frost coming right up the middle.
Jones back to pass, does get pressured a little bit, gets rid of it, and Michael Paul, the tight end, comes up with a catch, 20 yards, and we got our first down of the national championship.
A big play here on 3rd down, and you said it was late pressure by Florida State. They gave Jones just a little bit too much time, allowed Paul to run that nice corner route from the tight end position. Easy throw and catch for Wisconsin.
Want to give a shout out to everybody that's been gifting subs and bits. D. Jones, Pokey, Aaron Ike, Frank. As that handoff goes to Fountain, and he picks up 5. We also got Cole, Vinny, and Frosty all getting involved, as we already got the hype train up to a level 3. We only have 54 viewers right now. That is unacceptable. You guys go tag your locker rooms. PM guys, whatever you got to do. Let's get them in here. Pass to the left and almost picked off. Deflected. And I didn't see who got their hands on it. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now for the Badgers.
Well, I can promise I did my part before the game. My locker room has been tagged. Every Mountaineer better get their butts in here.
Jones back to pass, taking a shot down the middle, and he just overthrows it. Looking for T. Weary. Put just a tad bit too much on it, and a 4th and 5 with all the marbles on the table. Wisconsin says, to heck with it, we're going for it. They come out in the shotgun. 4-man rush. Jones get pressured, hit as he throws, and down he goes. Jared Cook applying the pressure, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for this Florida State defense.
And that 3rd down play, a little bit unfortunate for Wisconsin. Weary had a step, and it was a throw that DeAnthony Jones probably should have made, would have been the first score of the ball game. But then Florida State's defense does what they've done all season long. They step up and make a big play on 4th down.
Here comes your offensive player of the year. Jim Carr, under center, makes an adjustment, and he'll drop back, hands it off. Dan Brown gets the handoff, and he picks up 3.
A little delayed handoff here on 1st down. Worked pretty well. It looked like there was an opening there. Good team speed from Wisconsin. Shut that one down pretty quickly.
So both teams starting with a run on their first play. Now we see it, what they do on 2nd and 7. Play fake, Carr throwing it over the middle, and that one is caught by Aaron Ike, as he gets inside midfield.
Aaron Ike is going to play a huge role in this ball game for Florida State. If they can get him rolling alongside with Vernon Mills, this offense is tough to stop, and you've mentioned it a few times. Florida State has put some points on the board against just about everybody this year. We'll see if Wisconsin can slow them down.
Badgers looked like they were bringing a blitz, but they actually only rushed 3 as Chase Legend gets the reception over the middle for a pickup of 7.
And Good play on first down and good pass protection from Florida State. Again, that's going to be key for both offensive lines. How well do they hold up tonight?
Hype train is got 3 minutes left in level 4. You guys, let's kind of get that up to level 5 and knock that out here in the first quarter. You also have 5 minutes left on the channel point prediction. So you guys, if you haven't wagered your channel points, last time to do so this season. Pass to the left, batted around and dropped. Riley Fiegel in on the coverage. Vernon Mills, the intended target. And on 4th and 3, Florida State's going to go for it. Neither one of these teams are playing for punts or field goals. They're putting it all on the line. Pass to the right, Vernon Mills. He's got the first down out at the 33.
The plus side to having both of these defenses is you can take some chances with your offense and 4th downs in these areas, knowing your defense is going to hold up most times. Good play there from Florida State, getting it over the middle, though, and converting.
Under center, and Carr dropping back. Now he's going to take off a run. Didn't like the pressure, and Porter will bring him down from behind. But it's a pickup of 5, and Frank wanted me to call out his name. It looks like, according to his new name, Frank is in search of a 43-year-old. That's what I take from it. 2nd and 5 now, 6 minutes to go. Going to hand it off. Dan Brown going to the outside. Oh, what a big block on the outside by Bukaboom. But Brown fumbles, and Scally picks it up, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Big break there for the Seminoles.
First break of this championship game goes the way of Florida State. Big hit, the fumble, and that one could have swung some momentum, but Scally right there to pick it up and get it out of bounds. Big 3rd and 1 now.
Weak eye formation, twins left. Play fake, Carr rolling out, throwing it to the right, leads his receiver Mills. A little bit too much out of bounds. Going to be 4th and 1. Will they go for it again? Yes, they will.
Wow, I'm a little surprised here. You want points with these defenses, but they're going to take a shot here and try and convert.
Weak eye again. Play fake, rolling out over the middle. That one's caught by Ike. First down to the 13.
And that's why I'm calling games from the booth, and Tom is calling plays in the national title game. Big play there. Does a great job finding his open receiver and converting on that 4th down.
Take notes, Murph. This is how you got to play if you want to win championships. I formation now. They'll play fake it to Brown again. Plenty of time for Carr. He could bake a cake, and he throws it, and that one is broken up by the Wisconsin defense.
I mean, Carr had all day long, and maybe at that point you try and tuck it and get something with your legs. Tried to slide one in there. Good coverage downfield from Wisconsin.
Back to pass again. Carr over the middle, finding the tight end Scally inside the 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Extremely impressive drive here from Florida State, and this route from Scally just sits down in the middle, makes this a manageable 3rd down. We'll see if they attack this defense up the middle here.
Staying in that weak, twins left now. Handing off to Dan Brown. Touchdown, Seminoles!
Great play there. Great job getting it to the outside. I wasn't sure Brown was going to be able to get the edge as he had someone chasing him down hard from the inside out. Is able to catch the edge just enough to get it into the end zone, and Florida State strikes first.
Big opening drive for the Seminoles. They convert 2 4th downs, and they wind up getting a 3-yard touchdown run from Dan Brown to take the lead 4 minutes into this first quarter. So, Nate, they got the first touchdown out. They stopped them on 4th down. They take over. They march down. They put it in. How big is that score in a game like this?
Well, this is huge because we know how good these defenses are, especially Wisconsin. Wisconsin shuts down everybody. If Florida State can jump out to a lead like they have, the way their defense plays, a touchdown, maybe even another field goal. If they get up 10-0, that seems like a monumental hill to try and climb for Wisconsin. So we'll see if Florida State's defense can do it one more time here.
ST Mac, what is up, a.k.a. Mark Cole, our social media coordinator. Handoff to Fountain, trying to go outside. Looked like he had some room, but then gets chased down from behind, limited to a gain of 3.
There's just so much speed on this Florida State defense. These stretch plays are hard to run successfully. When you attack Florida State, you almost have to do it north-south every time.
Pistol formation, tight end coming in motion. They're going to go play fake. Jones over the middle, and good coverage on the outside as they were looking for Nomura. Broken up, going to be 3rd and 7.
A big play there in the secondary. That would have been an easy first down, but the corner not allowing the receiver to hold on to that ball.
3rd and 7, Jones passes, goes to the left, finds Fountain trying to go through, and he got the first down with Winner on his back trying to rip out the ball.
And that was the key right there. Winner tried to make the big play, tried to strip Fountain instead of just making the tackle and forcing a punt.
Read option, Jones keeping himself, got some room on the outside, getting chased from behind. Finally brought down by Harry Barnes, but a gain of 17 for the Wisconsin QB.
And I didn't see it originally who got that block, but right there, it wasn't a huge block, wasn't a pancake, but he gets in the way just well enough to spring Jones to the outside. Great job on the read by Jones as well, and then finds a big room.
Pistol full house now for the Badgers. Jones looked to pass, now he's going to take off, run, get another first down, another gain of 15 as DeAnthony Jones getting going, running the ball.
And this might be the key for the Wisconsin offense. If you're going to drop back and throw it, DeAnthony Jones is going to be smart with his playmaking here. Do you throw it away or do you tuck it and run? He makes the right decision there and picks up another big gain.
I remember Tom saying he was going to have a heart attack before the game started. Has anybody thrown up yet? That's what I want to know. Hand off to Richard Fountain. He goes nowhere. Drop for a loss of 4. Alexander Barnes getting in there, and it's going to be 2nd and 14.
And if the answer to that question is no, I'm sure it will happen before the end of this ball game. But another big play there from the Florida State defense on first down.
Shotgun, 2 tight ends to the left as Wisconsin using their power run formations. They go read option. Jones runs through 1 defender, and then he's bottled up and brought down by Madison Nicole after a gain of 5.
Well, Soccer Dude, we appreciate the bits there. And that was poor Philip Morris that just got run over by DeAnthony Jones on the outside. But if Jones cuts that up a little bit quicker, I think he has a little bit more room.
DeAnthony Jones, breathing a little heavy. He pass to the right. Diving catch by Michael Paul as he picks up 18 and a first down for the Badgers.
Great catch there by Michael Paul, but this is the second time now we've seen Jones kind of airmail one of those deep passes a little bit. It happened on the first drive, probably cost him a touchdown. His receiver bails him out on that one. He's going to have to rein this in a little bit.
And handing off to Fountain, going to the outside. Oh, he doesn't get away from Kyoko Winner, who shoots the gap for the tackle.
And great play from Kyoko Winner right there. If he doesn't shoot that gap, as you said, that's a touchdown for Fountain. He walks it to the outside and gets into the end zone.
Florida State looks like they are blitzing the safety on the outside. They'll hand it off straight up the middle for Bentley Rollins, and he picks up 6. And that'll set up a manageable 3rd and 4 here inside the 10.
That's a great play on second down. A little draw play against the blitz. They caught Florida State in a bad defense there, and it springs it for 6 yards.
Jones still breathing hard in the pocket. It looks like going to throw it to the left. Goes to his halfback, who's got the first down inside the 5. Richard Fountain getting the big play.
Now we'll see, does Wisconsin go to some power football here against this stout Florida State front, and can they run it up the middle on them like I think they might be able to?
Read option, and Jones going to keep it himself. And there's your Defensive Player of the Year, Isaac Frost, getting in there for his first tackle and first tackle for a loss.
Big play on 1st and goal. You're inside the 5, and I think you got to run it right at him. None of that tricky stuff there. Frost just eats that one alive, and this is a big second down now.
Shotgun, tight end, and running back offset to the right. Still Rollins out there. Moss comes in motion, but Frost is there again for another tackle for loss. Loss of 4, and it's going to be a long 3rd and goal here for the Badgers.
That's another read option play. Just this time they bring the receiver in motion as the running back. And again, Frost is just so quick. He shoots that gap and blows it up. So even if Jones makes the right read, he's wrong.
And blitz coming. Jones just gets rid of it. Almost picked off by Thomas Fairley, but it falls incomplete. And I think at this point, Wisconsin going to be happy with the field goal attempt.
Yeah, you've got no choice but to kick the field goal here. You got it 1st and goal inside the 5. And that Florida State defense, again, they did what they've done all season long, and that's step up and make big plays when they have to. And then nearly able to pick off that 3rd down pass in the end zone. That would have been a huge turn of events.
94 viewers here on Twitch for the Season 14 National Championship game. Air car to Pugilist, Moreland, Your boy Marcus Mitchell, Terrence Nicole. A big return on the outside as Aaron Ike, 42 yards. Grin, D. Jones, Pokey, Dirty Board, Mitchell, Pecos Bill with the subs, Tippy Wizard, Soccer Dude. Everybody tuning in. Pokey, that one goes over the middle. And Scally with a first down and a pickup of 15.
And Scally might be another one of those guys that didn't get talked about enough coming into this. But if he has a good game, that's really good news for Florida State. The tight end gets going here over the middle, wide open. Wisconsin's going to have to tighten up the middle of the coverage.
Scally, D. Jones, Zaza, Vernon Mills, Ike, Jay Smooth, Bubba Brooks, Fozzie, Warthog, Nittany Pete, all you guys tuning in as well. Carr back to pass here, goes over the middle, finds Mills, and he'll pick up 5.
Second time we've got to call Vernon Mills' name tonight. This one good for 5. Just a simple little sit-down route, and he allows Carr to find him in the middle. Wasn't able to break any tackles, but that's good to get him going.
Frosty given 5 subs, or 5 more subs, as that one over the middle. Vernon Mills takes the hit, but he holds on to it. Drake trying to knock it loose, but you can't force it loose from number 83.
Now, Vernon Mills has got a great set of hands, and he takes the big hit there from Drake. Great job holding on, moves the chains for Florida State.
Now play fake. Carr going to pass again over the middle in traffic. Scally comes down with it. 13-yard pickup and a first down. Florida State inside the red zone.
And Florida State has found something on this drive. They've worked the middle of the field on the last 3 plays here. We'll see if Wisconsin finally tightens it up.
Dalton Smith, the Pitt Championship QB of Boise, with the shout out. What is up as Chase Legend picks up 6.
And this time it's Legend on the other side. It sits down just on the numbers. And again, Carr just going to take what Wisconsin allows him to have there, dumps it off, gets 6 on first down, and sets the offense up in a good spot.
2nd and 4, ball just inside the 14. They're going to come out in a strong eye, twins right. Make an adjustment, they're going to split Scally out to the left. Now they're going to hand it off, draw play to Brown, trying to go up the middle. He'll get inside the 10, but stop short of the marker. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of your season 14 national championship. Florida State up 7-3. We'll be back in just a moment. Back to start the second quarter, 3rd and 1. Carr back to pass, roll it to his right. Porter gets to him, and down he goes. Sacked for a loss of 2. Jake Wilson will get credit for it, but that was all Amon Porter.
Yeah, Amon Porter running Carr down from behind, makes his first big play here of the night. Like you said, he gets the sack stolen from him by Wilson, but I don't think either of them are going to care who gets credit for it. They're going to force Florida State to a field goal here. Keeps Wisconsin down by only a score. That's a huge stand for Wisconsin's defense.
29-yard field goal for the senior Johnny Growler. He knocks it home, and the Seminoles have a 7-point lead once again, just 19 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, but again, it's a big stop for Wisconsin now. We'll see if DeAnthony Jones can get the Badgers back downfield. Had him inside the 5 before Florida State was able to make a few plays.
And that return by Charlie Pickett, barely able to get out to the 20. So good job there by the Florida State special teams. And now we'll see what Wisconsin can do here on this drive, starting just across the 20. They'll come out the pistol, 2 tight ends. And they're going to go read option. DeAnthony Jones going to the outside. Shakes off one. Still on his feet, and he powers home, picking up the first down.
And if DeAnthony Jones can get the running game going for Wisconsin, that's bad news for Florida State's defense. Great read there. Gets it to the outside. And then when Jones gets rolling with a head of steam downhill, he is hard to bring down, especially for those smaller defensive backs.
Shotgun now, 2 backs in the backfield. Play fake, quick pass over the middle in traffic, but Weary able to hold on to it and picks up 5.
Well, now Wisconsin's going to try and work the middle of the field here with their offensive passing game. Difference is Florida State had some good coverage there. Good job by Weary to hold on to that.
Toma trying to get the ladies to slide into his DMs, I see in chat, as up the middle goes Jones, picking up 6 and a first down.
Again, good job from Jones. The right read. He's able to get it up the middle, get the first down. This is a good answer drive starting here for Wisconsin now.
Now they go pistol 3 wide. Fountain in the backfield. Read option again, but Jones is bottled up and brought down. Big play by Austin Nelson. Loss of 4.
And this time, Florida State is able to get a linebacker. Looks like he's looping around the outside on a blitz, and he runs right into DeAnthony Jones after he makes the read. Big play again on first down, stopping him for a loss for Florida State's defense.
Staying in that familiar pistol. Now they'll bring the tight end in motion, going left to right. Jones going to pass here. Goes over the middle. Short little pass to Michael Paul. He picks up 9. And Wisconsin looking at a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, but when you're sitting at a 2nd and 14, you'll take that. That's about the best you can hope for against this Florida State defense. Put yourself in a decent spot here on 3rd down, and you gave yourself a chance to convert.
So ball is 2 yards short of midfield on the Wisconsin side. They're going to come out, shotgun, 2 tight ends to the left. Florida State showing blitz. They bring it. It's picked up. Jones gets rid of it out to the left. Caught. Big hit on Donahue, but he's got the first down.
Now, Donahue paid for that one, but I don't think he'll mind too much. He was wide open in the flat. Nobody from Florida State picked him up. Great route concepts from Wisconsin, and it paid off with the first down.
Mitchell Lott in on the big hit. Moss coming in motion. They use him as a decoy, and Jones tries to go up the middle. Winner there to stop him for a loss of 1. His 7th tackle, 2nd for a loss already.
We're not even 3 minutes into the 2nd quarter. Keoko Winter has 7 tackles. He's on pace for a huge night. Looks like Wisconsin's gone to that well maybe one too many times here on this drive, though.
110 viewers in chat here on Twitch. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Handoff to the right. Fountain getting pushed backwards. Only going to pick up a short gain. St. Pierre in on the tackle. Going to be 3rd and 10.
And boy, when that play started, there was a lot more room on the outside than 1 yard worth. Great job from Pierre getting downfield and making a big play.
A lot of 2 tight end sets tonight from the Badgers. Blitz coming from Florida State. Gets through. Who else? Isaac Frost with the sack. His first, 3rd for a loss, and it's going to be 4th and 18 for the Badgers.
Well, Florida State doesn't have to blitz linebackers very often, but when they do, it's extremely effective. It makes your offensive linemen start picking up some of those oncoming rushers, and it allows Frost one-on-one with a center or a guard, and he's going to win that battle most of the time.
Brentavo saying in chat super early, but this is a heck of a game. I could not agree more so far, but everything we've wanted is Archer Ike trying to get up near the 30, and now we'll see what Florida State can do. They're up by 7. And if Wisconsin wants to keep this close, they got to be very careful in this drive not to give up another 7. We'll see how it turns out. I formation, under center, goes Carr. They bring Scally in motion, going right to left. They'll hand it off to Brown, and he gets hit hard. Leveled in the backfield by Riley Fiegel.
Yeah, the formation allowed Fiegel to set up close to the line of scrimmage, and he just flies in off the outside, makes a big play. And you're right, Florida State has driven the ball downfield pretty much at will here early on in this ball game. We'll see if Wisconsin can step up and make a play.
Shotgun handoff. Brown straight up the middle, and he'll pick up 5. And now it's going to set up a medium length 3rd and 7 here for the Seminoles.
The 3rd and 7, but with the weapons Florida State has on the outside, this is a convertible 3rd down, although they're only 1 of 4 so far tonight.
Drop it, Mack. Taking a shot, Carr to the right. He's got a receiver. Tripped up as Aaron Ike, but he gets 41, beating Marcus Elliott on the outside.
And if Marcus Elliott doesn't lay out and get the shoestrings of Aaron Ike, we're looking at a Florida State touchdown. And you said it just a few minutes ago, Wisconsin cannot give up 7 here, because that just makes this hill a lot tougher to try and climb back up on top of, and Florida State pushing the ball right downfield.
So 1st and 10 inside the 30. Scally coming in motion, Carr in the shotgun. He'll drop back, blitz coming, just gets rid of it to the left. He finds Legend, who steps out after a gain of 4.
Early on, it's been Jim Carr that's handled the pressure a little bit better than DeAnthony Jones. When the free rusher comes, Carr has been able to get the throw off, where Jones has taken some sacks.
Scally coming in motion, bunch right now. He's on the left. Carr dropping back to pass, goes to the right. Oh, and Mills got overthrown. He had to reach out and get that one, but he makes the grab. Brought down quickly, though, and it's going to be 3rd and 3.
That was a great adjustment by Vernon Mills just to reach out and make that catch. and set up a manageable third down here. We'll see if Florida State goes to the ground. They've had a little bit of success in these shorter yardage situations with the running game.
We're going to go under center now, single back, 3 wide. Brown in the backfield. Oh, and he got a pass it quick, and it's complete. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Well, I'm a little bit at a loss for words. How was Jim Carr able to get that pass off? Ike was wide open. He just kind of closed his eyes and threw it, I think, as Porter just winds up getting blocked right past Carr at the very last second. Great play from Florida State. And we've said it a couple times on this drive now, a 14-point lead in a game like this seems a lot bigger than just 14.
It can. It definitely can. And this is a big lead for Florida State. I don't know how they got that off. I mean, it looked like Wisconsin got through, and somehow Carr got rid of it, finds Ike for a touchdown. What a great play by Florida State. And now Wisconsin in a little bit of a sticky situation, down by 14. Like you said, they got to have a big drive here, I think.
I would agree with that, and you never want to call a drive a must-score drive this early in a ball game, but it almost feels that way for Wisconsin, and I think it has to be a touchdown because you haven't had a ton of success, especially once you get near midfield, so this drive has to be a big one for you.
Hey guys, we're having a national championship. Everybody's having fun. Let's calm down and chat. D'Anthony Jones taking it himself to the outside, picking up 7.
And going right back to that well and getting to the outside this time. Florida State didn't have good enough contain from their linebackers. Good play on first down, sets up a short second down here. We'll see if Wisconsin can get something moving.
Shotgun 2x2 set. Handoff, Fountain up the middle, gets slowed down and then brought down. Nice tackle by Johnny Johnson. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Badgers.
A huge early third down here, but Wisconsin 5 of 8 here early on in the first half on third downs, so that bodes well.
Jones over the middle, and that one's caught by Namura, an 8-yard pickup and a first down.
And another big conversion here, so now 6 of 9 on third downs for Wisconsin. That's a good stat line for them. If they're going to get into that many third downs, it's nice to know that you're consistently converting.
10 first downs for Wisconsin, the 7 by Florida State, but Florida State up by 14. Pistol formation, read option, trying to go to the outside. Jones on his feet, still breaking tackles, out across the 40. Big gain there. Lott chases him out of bounds, but D'Anthony Jones putting the team on his back, picking up that first and more.
Well, Isaac Frost using that unbelievable speed for a big man, nearly ran that one down, but Jones a step faster, does a great job slipping that tackle, and another big play for the quarterback running the football.
Pistol formation now for Jones. Going to hand it off the Fountain up the middle. Kyoko Winter having none of that in there for his 3rd tackle for loss and a big hit. Loss of 2 on that one.
Kyoko Winter playing like a man possessed here in this championship game. Another big hit, this time on Richard Fountain. Took him right off his feet and puts him in a 2nd and long.
Pistol formation, 2 tight ends out there. Read option and trying to go to the outside. Look at Jones stiff arming his way, picking up 8, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Typically, I like to see balance in an offense, but I think right now, if I'm Wisconsin, I'm running D'Anthony Jones as many times as he can handle to carry the football for the rest of the night. Shotgun
2x2 set now. Halfback screen on 3rd and 4, and Isaac Frost there to slap that one away. We've seen Wisconsin go for it on 4th downs before. They're going to do it here from the 31, 4th and 4. They turned it over the last time they tried it. What will they do here? Blitz coming from Florida State. Jones getting pressured, and down he goes. Jared Cook again, closing it down on 4th down, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
And I believe that's both 4th down plays. It's been Cook with the sack. So a great job stepping up for this Florida State defense once again. But I agree with the call. You've got to go for it there. We said it at the beginning of this drive. They needed a touchdown. I mean, I guess the plus you can take away from that is you had a great drive going up until that point. Now it's up to your defense to make a stand.
Right now, Jared Cook and Isaac Frost, the difference makers, along with Kyoko Winter in this game. Handoff straight up the middle. Dan Brown parting the seas. Picks up 10 on the first down on the first play of this drive.
And Dan Brown and this Florida State running game is a little bit underrated. They don't run it a ton. But when they do, they can start to have success like that. It just makes things a lot easier, I should say, for Jim Carr.
Play fake, little pass over the middle, and that goes to Chase Legend. And he'll get 6 on a little play action popper over the middle. And SD6 check it in. And she says Boston is, are we really competing against the finals again? Oof.
Yep.
I-form twins to the left. Play fake over the middle. That one's caught by Ike. Slipping a tackle, and he's down inside the 30, picking up 16.
And as a Celtics fan, I can still say this is a more exciting game than watching the NBA Finals, in my opinion. Great play here by Florida State. Again, it's Aaron Ike one more time. He's going to have a huge night by the time this one's done.
Rizzy saying that FSU defense is on fire, and indeed they are. Those big players on defense, Cook and Frost and Wynn, are hard to beat, especially against a running team like Wisconsin. Carr back to pass, throwing it to the right, and that's going to be a short pass to Scally, going to go for a gain of 0.
And just not quite there. That ball led a little too close to the sideline. Wasn't able to allow Scally to do anything after the catch.
Carr back to pass again. Going to throw it to the left as he gets pressured, and that one thrown away on the sideline, incomplete. And now a 3rd and 10 coming up. Opportunity for Wisconsin to get Florida State off the field.
And I think they have to do it here. 3 is the max you can give up on this drive. You cannot go down 3 touchdowns.
Play fake. They're going to go with a little halfback screen to Brown. Playing a little conservative. That one's not going to go anywhere as Brown only gets 2. And it's going to be 4th and 9. I suspect we're going to see a field goal. We will. 43-yarder coming up here for Johnny Growler.
And Florida State, I think, is going to grind this play clock all the way down, take this well inside a minute, and not allow Wisconsin to have much time to work here before the half. And why not? Your defense is playing as well as they are. Going up a 17 right here would be big.
Indeed it would. 14, like you said earlier, is big in a game like this. 17 even more so. Going to be a 43-yarder for Johnny Growler, and he'll probably kick this at about 45 seconds. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. 20-3. Florida State leads with 43 seconds left to go here in the first half.
And now we'll see how aggressive does Wisconsin want to be. I think the return here is going to dictate that a little bit. But if I'm Wisconsin, I'm taking at least 3 shots here on the first 3 plays of this drive, trying to get some kind of a spark here before halftime.
Well, Pickett could have kneeled it in the end zone, took it at the 25. He tried to take it out, make something happen, only got to the 22. Wisconsin 3 timeouts, 39 seconds left to go. We'll see what they do. Pistol formation. Florida State showing blitz. And Jones gets rid of it over the middle, and that's going to be Mikey Paul picking up 8.
And the thing about this Florida State defense is they get pressure back there on the quarterback so quickly, it doesn't allow quarterbacks to take those big, deep shots that I think Wisconsin wants to go for here.
Jones dropping back again, going to the right, finds Nomura. He's got a first down, but it's a short 7-yard pickup. And now with 30 seconds left, Wisconsin only has 1 timeout.
Yeah, had to burn the 2 timeouts here on these last 2 plays. So Florida State's defense is still in a good spot here.
And now Jones going to take off and run. He's out to the 50. Still on his feet. Finally brought down by Cook. Gain of 17. They're going to have to hurry to the line.
Yeah, they'll hurry to the line here. And it looks like they're actually going to run a play and not spike it. I like this call.
Well, the clock starts after they spot the ball. There's the snap. Jones going to take off and run again. Worked last time. Why not? This time going to pick up 14 and another first down.
And again, going to have to hurry to the line. The way DeAnthony Jones is making decisions right now, I like this.
Now 10 seconds on the clock. Jones looking a little tired there in the pocket. Get pressure thrown off his back foot. Caught it out of bounds. Bobby Moss inside the 15.
Now the question is, how aggressive do you get here? Do you take the 1 shot at the end zone with 6 seconds and hope you don't run out of time, or do you take the 3 right now?
Theoretically, they could take a shot, but they are going to play it safe and try to take the 3 and make it a 14-point game. You can definitely argue whether this is the right call. That kick is up, and it is good. So with 3 seconds still left on the clock, Wisconsin gets their second field goal, and it's back to a 14-point game.
I don't think I mind that. I think the argument to take the shot is valid, but if you throw one towards the end zone, you risk the play lasting too long and not even being able to get the timeout on time if you're tackled in in play.
Oh, the big return here. Look at this one. They're going to take it all the way to the house. Aaron Ike with the kick 6.
Boy, and all of a sudden that decision looks terrible to kick the field goal as Ike takes it all the way back. Huge momentum swing for Florida State when it looked like Wisconsin was starting to take some of it their direction.
Yeah, Wisconsin moves it down, gets the field goal, and then Aaron Ike responds with 7 to close out the first half. And we'll go to the half. Seminoles up 27-6. And boy, what a half. It seems like it was so much closer than the score indicates now. Nate, as we head into the studio, wrap it up a little bit. Explain what you saw there in the first half.
Hey, I'll explain a little bit. You catch your breath. That was an exciting way to end the half. Wisconsin did everything right on their drive to end the half. Got the points, got this back to a 2-score game, which the way Florida State's defense was playing, that's about the best you could have hoped for if you're Wisconsin. And then Aaron Ike, may have just completely flipped this game back on its head. All the momentum on Florida State's side. They've hit a couple of the big plays when Wisconsin, outside of the DeAnthony Jones scrambles, really have not put much together on offense. They have to find something here coming out of the break, or we're in danger of watching this one get out of hand quickly.
Well, if I know anything about this Wisconsin team, they're not going to lie down, and they're going to fight their way back into it. But they are definitely in a tricky spot. You look at the stats, and they're relatively even. Wisconsin, even with the time of possession, neither team's turned it over. But Florida State's just had the big plays. They've been a little bit more efficient. They've had some more big plays. Wisconsin's gone for 2 fourth downs and not converted. That plays a big role as well.
And on the flip side of that, Florida State's gone for 2 fourth downs and converted both of them, both back on their first drive that wound up with their first touchdown. So Florida State just making the critical plays at the right moments right now, and that seems to be the difference.
Well, we'll see what Wisconsin's got in their bag of tricks, down 21 at the half as we get ready to head back out for the second half of the Season 14 National Championship. Things got away from Wisconsin a little bit more, and now they got to kick off the Florida State. Their defense is going to have to come up big here, Nate.
I 100% agree, and actually their special teams first. They better come out and make a tackle after they didn't the last time, but you're absolutely right. This Wisconsin defense needs to find a play. We didn't see a turnover in the first half. Wisconsin's defense, this is a spot you got to call for one if you're Wisconsin's defensive coordinator. You do what you can, jump a route, strip the running back, whatever you can do, you've got to get this ball back and do it quickly.
I thought you were going to say jump around for a second. I was like, I think we're in the wrong stadium for that one. Carr back to pass, going to go short to the left, finds Vernon Mills, and he'll start the second half with a gain of 7.
Hey, whatever you got to do to get the momentum on your side. You've got half the stadium filled with Wisconsin red. Get them jumping around, get them making some noise. And your defense needs some help right here.
Under center and empty backfield. This is an entry formation. They go the little screen pass out there to Ike, but Fiegel doing a good job coming up, making a stop, and it's going to force a 3rd and 3.
A good job from Fiegel. Is able to get past the linemen that are trying to get out there and set up some blocking on this screen. And that's a huge play now, setting up a 3rd down. This is a chance for Wisconsin to get off the field quickly like they need to.
Marcus, I would just say tap the brakes a little bit. Otherwise, you're not going to have a place to speak your mind. Just relax, buddy. It's just the game. We're all here to have fun. Under center now, tight end Scally coming in motion. Carr dropping back, looking around, goes over the middle, and that one is dropped. Not able to be brought in by Archer Ike. It's going to be 4th down, and I believe this is the first time we've seen Florida State punt tonight.
I believe you're right, and I'm trying to think back. Has Wisconsin punted yet? I'm not sure. This might be the first punt we've seen the entire game. Great stop from Wisconsin. It's exactly what they needed. They're going to get good field position at their own 40 and a chance to start climbing back into this.
Well, there we take a look at the stats again, and not much has changed since halftime. Pretty even, and again, Wisconsin leading in the first down department, but again, a kick 6, 2 fourth downs that you didn't convert on. Those come up big, but you're down 21, got an opportunity to fight back into it. Going to start off handing it out to Fountain, trying to go outside. Nothing doing there, brought down for no gain.
And St. Pierre, another big tackle here, his 2nd on the night. And I don't mind trying to get Fountain going here, even down 21. but you got to do it, I think, a little bit more right at the Florida State defensive line.
Pistol formation, a couple backs in the backfield, going to hand it off straight up the middle to Rollins, and he picks up 5 playing the fullback. Interesting little wrinkle there, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, a little triple option look as Lott comes up and makes his 5th tackle. You get it to the backup halfback. You allow him to find a little seam. And 60% on 3rd down right now for Wisconsin. Not a bad number against this Florida State defense.
Tight end coming in motion. Jones back to pass, get pressured. Cook provided it, goes over the middle. That one is almost picked off. Morris had his hands on it, but couldn't bring it in. Going to be 4th down, and Wisconsin will punt.
Great team defense there from Florida State. The back end held up long enough to allow the pressure to finally start getting home. And then Jones makes a bad throw, and it nearly paid off as Morris had his hands on it, just couldn't quite haul it in.
Archer Ike 14 yards on the return out across the 30. So now Wisconsin's defense goes to work again, trying to contain this FSU offense and keep the Badgers in at that first pass. Going to be wasted out of bounds, incomplete.
Carr makes the right decision there as he throws that over top of Vernon Mills. There was a defender sitting right in front, was looking for a big pick 6.
Under center now. Carr, quick drop back, throws to the right. Mills can't hold on to it in traffic. And a big 3rd and 10 coming up again for this Wisconsin defense.
Well, this would be another big stop. If their defense can put back-to-back stops together, then you go to the sideline and start begging your offense for points.
Mears asked a broadcaster, we'll get to that in a second. Pass to the right and travel! Ike had his hands on it, but then it was knocked out. Whoa, what a big play that could have been. Going to be 4th down. Florida State's going to punt. And Mears, I hate these questions because we've had so many good national championship games. I mean, season 2, Hawaii and Ohio State was great. I mean, the first Notre Dame Texas game was great a couple seasons ago. It's so hard to remember. Most of the national championship games have all been amazing, so it's really hard. But I would say season 2 and 12. I would think have probably been my 2 favorites so far, as Jones going to keep it himself, and he'll start this drive picking up 4.
And pretty good defense there from Florida State as Jones tried to get to the outside. Winner again, he's closing in on double digits now for the night, and just able to flow inside out and make that play.
Moss coming in motion again. They're going to use him on a decoy. Jones trying to go up the middle. Madison Nicole, the first one in there. Frost gets the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and 7. 6 tackles, 4 for a loss for Isaac Frost tonight.
Well, between Frost and Winter, it's getting a little bit chilly in that Wisconsin backfield, I think.
3rd and 7. Halfback screen coming up. They catch him on a blitz. Can they get a block? Found to the outside. Can't go. Winner says no, and it's going to be 4th and 3.
And that was actually set up pretty well, but the athleticism from Kyoko Winter on that one, he was able to get outside, make a blocker miss him, and then come up and make a solid open field tackle. If Winter doesn't make that tackle, Fountain's got some room and probably a lot more room to work, and we're looking at a Wisconsin drive.
Well, in season 5 championship game, Texas and Auburn, Texas won that in overtime in the rain, if memory serves me. That was a great game as well. A lot of great championship games. The key is tune in for championship games. Carr going to hand this off to Dan Brown, going to the outside looking for blockers, but Wisconsin defense there to corral him, force him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I've been talking about the Florida State team speed on defense all night. Wisconsin just as fast, does a great job stretching that all the way out to the sideline.
Carr back to pass again here. Only a 3-man rush now, and he's got to throw that one away. Great coverage downfield by the Badgers.
But whatever adjustments Wisconsin's defense made in the locker room, they have worked here on the first 3 drives so far for Florida State's offense. They have shut this down, and they have a chance to force a 3rd straight 3 and out.
Carr on 3rd and 9 goes over the middle, finds Mills. He's got some room. He breaks a tackle, but they do not get it. 4th and 1 coming up here for Florida State.
And a big-time play there, able to bring him down before he gets to the marker by Riley Fiegel. Mills makes one guy miss, and that was close. That could have been a huge turnaround for Florida State's offense. Instead, Wisconsin, one more chance to start closing the gap here.
And Pickett only able to get 5 yards on that return. That was a great job by Rick Davis getting down there on special teams, making the tackle. So Wisconsin's going to start here at the 38. They'll come out in the pistol, 2 tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the right. St. Pierre coming up, looking to blitz. Fountain trying to go outside. Nothing doing there. Great defense as Johnny Johnson gets the tackle and a loss of 4.
We know Wisconsin's offense likes to run the football between Jones and Fountain. Fountain just hasn't been able to get on track here tonight. It's been that stretch play. Wisconsin goes to that stretch play a lot, and against this Florida State defense, that's not going to work.
Appreciate the sub, Rizzy, as you just joined in the last day or two and already getting a sub. We appreciate it. Glad you're liking it. Actually, you joined today, I think, as DeAnthony Jones will take it for 6. Still a long 3rd and 9, but more manageable 3rd and 9.
And still 50% here on 3rd down. But again, you said it, it's a long 3rd and 9 against this front 3 of Florida State. That's tough.
Logan also gifted a sub to Ginger Matt earlier. Pressure coming through to the left, and that one's picked off by Winter at the 50. Steps out in the first turnover of the game.
First turnover of the game. Officially, the 2 4th down turnovers don't count in that stat. But Florida State has made all the plays defensively. They get another one here. And Jones trying to force one here. And I think at this point in the ballgame, knowing you're down 3 scores, he's going to have to try and force a couple of those deep throws in there. Winter just got him on that one.
1st and 10 from midfield. Halfback screen against a blitz, and they got through, and Carr had to waste that one away.
And he didn't even throw that one towards Dan Brown, the running back. He throws that one away the other direction. Great job from Wisconsin shutting that down quick.
Under center for Carr, makes an adjustment. Now he's going to hand off the Braun, trying to go outside, and he gets hit hard and dropped backwards. Jake Wilson getting his 7th tackle, and now it's going to be 3rd and 14. And Wisconsin's defense doing everything they need to do here in the second half so far. Their offense just hasn't been able to get it going.
Yeah, I mean, you said it exactly what I was just thinking. Wisconsin's defense, everything right so far in the second half. The offense just has to follow behind them.
Halfback screen in traffic. Not a good idea there. Tommy Gardner was all over that one. Dan Brown going to lose yards, and maybe the worst drive of the night for Florida State is they're going to have to punt it on 4th and 16.
Got the big interception, had great field position, and then went backwards that entire drive, losing 6 yards. All the credit in the world to the Wisconsin defense on that one. They did everything right on 3 plays in a row. And again, now it's up to your offense. If you're Wisconsin, you've got to find one drive to start building on what your defense is doing.
Pickett not able to get much done there. Jared Cook, you see him. Isaac Frost. This defense has been so big for these Florida State Seminoles. We see Harry Barnes getting in there as well. This defensive line has, when you look back, obviously Winter's been huge, but this defensive line for Florida State, you could say, has been the difference maker so far. They're going to hand it off to Fountain. He's got nowhere to go as Frosty brings him down after a gain of 1.
And a lot of times, even when the defensive line isn't making the tackle or doing the stat, getting the stat, it's them that's setting up Winter or the linebackers to come in and clean things up.
Receiver coming in motion, and they'll use him on the triple option. Jones got some room going upfield. Winter and St. Pierre in on the tackle. They get him just short of the marker, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.
A good cut initially, but I would have liked to have seen him after he makes that cut start drifting back towards the sideline. He may have been able to set up a late pitch. That had a lot more room to work.
Option play, pitch it to Rollins. He's got nowhere to go. Madison Nicole coming up and playing the run. Her 4th tackle. Going to be 4th and 2, and I feel like Wisconsin's got to go for it here.
I don't think you're wrong. Even on your side of midfield, I think you go for it down 21.
I thought they were closer to the 40. I can see it here, but they haven't been good on 4th down either.
They haven't been good on 4th down. They haven't been great on 1st, 2nd, or 3rd down either. So I think you've got to find something, and your defense has found a little bit of a spark in the second half. Maybe you try and trust him there and hope your offense can convert.
Well, this defense, as we said, doing everything they can here in the second half. The offense is being stifled by the Florida State defense. Now Carr going to drop back to pass. Fires that one over the middle in traffic. Legend comes down with a gain of 7. Zorian Gonzalez on the tackle.
And Gonzalez was right there, just a step slow. Maybe could have got his hand in there to knock that one down, but makes a good open field tackle. But a good pickup on 1st down. We haven't seen that from Florida State this half.
Hand off to Brown, trying to go to the outside. Oh, he gets hit hard. Riley Fiegel coming up and playing the run. His third tackle for a loss tonight, and it's going to be 3rd and 6.
You know, all the talk about Porter on this Wisconsin defense, and for all the right reasons, Fiegel kind of gets left out of some of the conversations. He's a great open field tackler, and we saw it there.
Shotgun, they're going to go with a halfback screen. It hasn't been working out too well. It almost does, then they get it. Dan Brown pushes his way forward and picks up the first.
Well, he didn't get it by much, but he did just enough as the defender steps up and makes contact with him to fall forward, get that extra last yard or so that he needed. And that's a big first down for Florida State's offense. They hadn't gotten one to this point in this half.
Derek Hallback just a second too late. Oh, there's a big play as bursted through as Tony Drake with his 6th tackle.
Well, they try to get Vernon Mills involved in the running game there. They hand it off to him in the backfield, and Drake comes flying through on the blitz, and Mills didn't have a chance.
2 tight ends to the left now. They bring one to the right. Florida State 3 tight ends on their roster. Carr moving around. He's going to take off a run, find some room. Still running. He's got a first to the 40, 35, and a 24-yard run for Jim Carr.
Well, we've watched Anthony Jones do it all night, and Jim Carr finally says, you know what, I can do it too. Scrambles around, makes a couple of guys miss. Did a great job getting out of the pocket right there as it started to collapse on him. And Wisconsin got caught in man coverage. Nobody watching Jim Carr. It's a huge play for Florida State.
11 first downs only for Florida State, trailing Wisconsin, although leading by 21 on the scorecard, or on the score bug, I guess, as that one's going to go to Brown, and he's going to get dropped for a loss of 1. The running game not working for either one of these teams. Jake Wilson is 8th tackle.
No, both these running backs very capable of having big games, but these defenses are just as capable of shutting it down, and they have here tonight. Dan Brown can't find any room on that one at all.
Total yards, 251 Florida State, 249 for Wisconsin. Pass to the left, caught by Legend, breaks the tackle, got the first, and then gets hammered by Fiegel, but he holds on, and the chains will move for the Seminoles.
Yeah, and Wisconsin's done a lot right on offense. They just haven't been able to find the end zone. And then, of course, the kickoff return really kind of turned this one around.
Brown getting the handoff again, trying to go to the outside, got a little bit of room, and Fiegel there for another tackle, but it's going to be a gain of 9.5.
And it may be the best run we've seen from a running back all night, and Fiegel does a great job kind of cutting him down right there at the sideline. But a big pickup on first down, something Florida State would love to keep seeing.
Halfback screen on 2nd and inches. They dump this one off to Younger. He slips a tackle but steps out of bounds. Going to be a loss of 3. And so now it's going to be 3rd and 3 as we start the 4th quarter. 3 quarters in the book of the Season 14 National Championship. Florida State up by 21 as we head to the final frame. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on Twitch. Third and 3 here for the Seminoles as we start the 4th quarter. Pass over the middle. They got the first. And Archer Ike picking up 5 and getting out of bounds.
Big conversion for this Florida State offense. If they're forced to 3 there, there's still a little bit of hope for this Wisconsin team. But boy, if they put one in the end zone here, that might start to wrap this thing up.
Soccer Dude with the sub. We appreciate you. Scally coming in motion. And that was a broken play as Carr has got to throw that one away.
Yeah, good job just throwing it away. Don't force anything here. The worst you want to come away with right here is 3. You don't want to turn it over this deep in Wisconsin territory.
2nd and goal now. Carr going to the right, finds Legend, turning upfield, and he's out inside the 1.
Wow, I'm not sure how he didn't get to the pylon there. Good job from Wisconsin just to run him down.
They go under center, single back. Brown in the backfield, he gets the handoff, touchdown, Seminoles!
And that's tough to stop no matter what defensive line you've got. And Dan Brown just right up the middle, good enough blocking from Florida State's offensive line to put him in. And now Florida State, jumping out to this 28-point lead, 8.5 to go. This is looking pretty bad for Wisconsin right now.
28-point lead in the fourth quarter. You hate to say it, there's lots of game left. But my goodness, how dominant have the Seminoles been here at the end of the season? They lost that game to Miami. Everybody thought they were overrated, and they have just barn stomped. I don't know if that's the right word, but every opponent since then.
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin hadn't shown me enough on offense to tell me that they can make this close again, let alone make this comeback.
Jones trying to go with the halfback screen, gets it off the fountain, trying to look for some room. Kyoko Winter getting over there. He'll give him one, and then he's there to make the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, looking for room against this Florida State defense, it's hard to find it. You're not going to find it very often, and Winter, another big tackle there.
Jones back to pass, going over the middle. That one is caught as Moss going to pick up 15. That's a guy they'd really like to get going. Only 3 catches for 36 yards for him.
Yeah, if they can get him going here late, again, you have a chance to at least make this a ball game, make this look a lot closer than it has been. And again, Wisconsin, we've said it all night long, they've moved the ball. They've just failed to get it into the end zone to keep this thing close. So if they can find Bobby Moss a couple more times, we could finally see him start to do that.
Quick pass. Oh, and that one was thrown away. I don't think DeAnthony Jones liked what he saw on that one, so wastes it away, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
And you can't waste too many of these plays against Florida State, and especially this late in the ball game. Might have to stand in the pocket and try and force something at this point.
Halfback screen. Frost hits him as he throws. Can't even get that one off. And it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Boy, and we've seen this so many times against Florida State. Somebody tries to set up a screen, and Frost is just back there before the quarterback has a chance to even look at his running back.
And this pass over the middle in the quadruple coverage. Madison Nicole getting the deflection. And Marcus says that Wisconsin didn't look this bad even against Alabama. Well, remember back that Florida State beat Alabama by almost 40. So, I mean, that's part of this 4-game stretch that Florida State's just been abusing people, and a punt there. And now you got to think Florida State going to go in the clock killing mode, just try to run it out?
No, that just doesn't seem like the way this league works, right? They're gonna keep running their offense until this game is close to over, even though it looks like it's close to over.
Well, a little screen pass there to Vernon Mills. He's going to get dropped for a loss of 4. Hallback in there on the tackle, so that will bring up 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and a good play here from Wisconsin's defense. Just tried to swing one out to Mills, see if they could get him in the open field. But Wisconsin read that one quickly, was able to get a couple of defenders up there to knock him down.
Under center, going to hand it off to Brown, going to the right. He'll only pick up 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 12 now.
And again, and this is maybe a little bit why you don't go into clock killing mode quite yet if you're Florida State. The running game hasn't been there. And if Wisconsin knows you're going to run it, they're just going to stack the box, and they're going to continue to shut it down. So you might still have to take a couple of shots.
Pass to the right. Brown on 3rd down. They go with the halfback screen. Amon Porter there for that one. And that's a matchup that looked good in the first quarter. And we haven't really heard from Amon Porter much since then.
No, Porter was doing his thing early on, but Florida State has kind of figured out a way to slow him down. He was in the backfield on that one deep touchdown pass, but couldn't quite get his hands on Jim Carr. And I wonder if that maybe slowed him down a little bit because we haven't seen him back there much.
Well, this punt is probably the last hope for the Badgers. They got to do something here. Pickett gets bottled up, can't do anything on returns tonight. But still good field position here for the Badgers. They're going to start at their own 47.
Great field position. Again, a good job by their defense. You've got to take advantage now for DeAnthony Jones.
Jones going to take off and run here, trying to do it himself. He'll run forward and pick up 12. And, you know, he's got 129 yards rushing, but unfortunately at this point, down 28, you're only wasting time. Although, I guess you got to try to keep the defense honest.
Yeah, I mean, really, his running the ball on design pass plays has been the majority of this Wisconsin offense.
Pass to the left, little in route caught by Moss. He'll pick up 5 before he meets Kyoko Winter. Moss, 4 catches for 41 yards.
Well, there's Moss again, but again, you got to get him going, and you might have to start running him on some of those deeper post routes, trying to continue to work him in the middle of the field. That might be where Florida State's a little bit vulnerable. But again, you got to start taking shots a little bit more than 5 yards downfield.
Pistol formation, 3 wide out there on 2nd and 5. Jones going to take off and run again. Frost chasing him from behind. They're going to give him a sack. Wow, I thought he picked up 3 yards at least, but they say it's a 1-yard loss and a sack.
You know, the problem is in the shotgun, you're already 4 or 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And Frost able to run him down. Jones did a good job just limiting the loss on that play.
Wisconsin 6 of 15 on 3rd downs tonight. Not the best percentage as they're going to hand off on 3rd and 6. The Fountain, he's going to get 5. It's going to be 4th and 1. I expect they'll go for it.
Yeah, they'll go for it here. Now 6 of 16, and you remember not very long ago, they were 6 of 10 at one point, so they've missed their last 6 third downs.
4th and 1. They try to go with a triple option, and it is blown up by Madison Cole. And another 4th down that Wisconsin couldn't convert.
And I don't know if that's just a poor read or if Florida State did such a good job on that defensively that nothing that DeAnthony Jones did was going to work on that play. 0 of 3 on 4th down. And that on top of that kickoff return from Florida State, that might be the difference in this game.
1st down, and Carr is just going to throw that one away. Coverage good. And, you know, honestly, even though they gave up 34 points, they've been on the field a ton, has the Wisconsin defense. They played very, very well here in the second half, but the Wisconsin offense just has had no answer for this very tough Florida State defense. Coming in, we all thought Wisconsin was the defense that scared everybody, and tonight Florida State shows up and they prove, at least in this game, that, hey, you got to think about us for the best defense.
Yeah, I mean, Florida State's defense tonight has been the better defense, but Wisconsin, nothing to shake a stick at either.
Halfback screen, Tommy Gardner going to chase that one down again. Not a great idea to go with halfback screens in this game with the amount of talent on these defensive line. 4th and 9 as Florida State playing conservative. They're going to punt it away. Not a whole lot of time taken off on these last 2 drives, so theoretically Wisconsin's still got time, but I don't know. It's hard for me to see a way out of this for the Badgers.
No, I think they're too deep of a hole to climb out of at this point. Their offense is going to have to take some shots and start scoring quickly, down 28 points here. But I'm not 100% sure that that's going to work against this Florida State defense. They haven't been able to move the ball consistently all night.
Well, you haven't seen Weary or Nomura on the outside getting free, although they're taking a shot there, and now they got one on the outside. Nomura down to the 30. Big gain there for the Badgers.
And St. Pierre is able to drag Nomura down before he gets to the end zone. But there it was, and almost begs the question, why didn't we try this 3 or 4 drives ago? Let's take that shot earlier, see if we can't spark something, but at least you get a big one here, get yourself a chance to put some more points on the board.
Pistol formation, 3 wide. And dropping back is Jones, throwing it over the middle. Oh, a nice catch attempt there by Nomura, but he's not able to bring it down, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
And did everything he could on that play to bring that one in, just not able to hold on to it as he hit the ground there.
And Cole makes a good point in chat. Pending nothing crazy happening here, the ACC next season will have the last 3 national champions in their conference as Nomura picks up 9 over the middle.
Boy, so you're telling me the ACC is going to be stacked next year. Great, thanks.
Well, I mean, there are a couple of expansion teams. We're going to have to see what we get out of them. We know West Virginia was 4-4, but Notre Dame and Florida State, and then you got Miami and Clemson. You know, it's going to be tough in their read option. Jones gets hammered by Kyoko Winter, and yet another 4th down come up winner. 15 tackles, 4 for a loss in this national championship game.
Now, Kyoko Winter has stepped up and made play after play here tonight for Florida State's defense, having a monster game.
Handoff Fountain to the outside, and there's a flag on the play. Lott came up to make the tackle. And a clipping call. He didn't get the 1st down anyway. And Florida State, that was on Bobby Moss. They're going to accept it. Now it's going to be 4th and 15.
I mean, I don't understand why you accept that penalty there. I mean,
well, it's 4th and 15 instead of 4th and 2. They added it on to the end of the play. I don't know what happened there. Pass over the middle in the traffic. That one's batted away. And at this point, Wisconsin's just trying to force things, trying to make things happen, and Florida State just not giving it to them.
No, and a good job there from Greg St. Pierre knocking that one away. Didn't get the interception, but saved some field position there for Florida State. And, I mean, I guess that's why you accept the penalty on fourth, or instead of taking it after they missed the first fourth down conversion, you give yourself a few extra yards to work with.
So 3.5 minutes left, and Florida State's going to try to run out the clock on their first ever CFSL National Championship. Riley Fiegel coming up, making his 9th tackle and 4 for a loss there for the Badgers.
And Fiegel having a great game from the outside. And usually when you see guys in the secondary having a lot of tackles like that, they're making them well downfield. But Riley Fiegel tonight has made a lot of those tackles right around the line of scrimmage.
Handoff to Brown, trying to go to the outside. He gets wrapped up and pushed backwards. Drake on the tackle, going to be a gain of 1. And as somebody put in chat, Isaac Frost, 2-time national championship, one in season 11 with Oregon and now in season 14 with Florida State. Under center, and they'll hand it off to Brown, going to the outside, and he'll pick up 6 as we go under 2 minutes to go. Will be 4th and 2 though, and Wisconsin will get the ball back.
Yeah, Wisconsin's defense this second half is Porter, only 5 tackles tonight. Not the statistical line we thought we would see from Porter. So hats off to Florida State's offense doing a great job slowing him down. But Wisconsin's defense, especially in the second half, has made a lot of great plays. They just ran out of time offensively, couldn't get anything going.
So from an AD perspective, a coach perspective, looking at this game, knowing what we've seen from these two teams, what do you think the difference in this game was from a coaching standpoint? Did Florida State just do something that Wisconsin didn't expect?
I don't know if they did something that they didn't expect. Wisconsin's defense has done great against the run. Florida State's just made the big play at the right time. I think both teams' game plans are exactly what we've seen all year long. I don't think anybody did anything out of the box or extremely out of the box. I think Florida State just made the big plays in those big moments that Wisconsin wasn't able to grab onto tonight.
You see DeAnthony Jones, 18 of 31, only 185 yards passing. Has had a nice game running the ball, but unfortunately hasn't been nearly enough. 1:15 left in this one. Florida State 34-6. And this pass is picked off by Nicole inside the 30 down to the 20. Second turnover of the game for the Badgers. And Florida State, you can officially pop the champagne. All you got to do is run out 107 now.
Yeah, and you would think Wisconsin, even with 3 timeouts, they're not going to take them here. I would assume they're going to wave the white flag, concede this. If you're Florida State, you can just kneel it a couple times. This one's over. Madison Nicole, a great job jumping that route. Big play there and another turnover for Florida State's defense.
Handoff to Brown up the middle, and Wisconsin not going to take a timeout. So I suspect we're going to see one more play, Nate, and then we'll wrap things up and we'll do a little post-game show for the fans.
Yeah, looking forward to the post-game show, and Florida State looking forward to the post-game celebration. They're going to bring home their first national title to Tallahassee.
If Grin wants to get by his computer and Skype, we could maybe bring him on after the game as well. Carr, anybody else on Florida State? Only if you're going to be nice and respectful, but that's the final whistle. And congratulations to Florida State, your season 14 national champions. What's your final thoughts, Nate?
Oh, first, congratulations to Wisconsin. A great season. I know this didn't end the way you wanted it to, but you put up a heck of a fight. You did everything you could. You just ran into a buzzsaw tonight. Florida State, hats off to you. Congratulations, national champions. You did everything you needed to tonight and some, and a great way to finish the season.
An excellent and dominating performance down the stretch by this Florida State team. They reel off 5 straight wins. They're only lost at 1 to Miami, and they didn't even make a game close after that. They were dialed in. They had a mission. You had Carr and his group of teammates that came over. They wanted to win a championship. Tom, the AD at Florida State since season 6, had a bad season last season. He wanted the rebound, and those guys all put it together, and they made it happen, and Florida State is national champions. All right, well, let's switch over to our post-game show as we get ready to set this one up. All right, Nate, we'll go to the post-game show here. And we wrapped up things a little bit. We'll find out if I didn't see if anybody said that they were able to come on Skype. If you guys can, let me know. Tom, if he's around, I'd really like to talk to him. But Nate, I know you wrapped it up a little bit, but now as we head into the post-game show and take a little bit more of an in-depth look at this game. I know I asked you in the fourth quarter, but if you take a little bit more time looking at these two games, what is it about Florida State down the stretch? They just became so dominant and were able to run the table all the way to the title.
I think Miami woke something up in Florida State. I mean, Florida State was dominated in that game against Miami, and they hadn't looked bad until that point. All of a sudden they looked vulnerable, and I don't know if Tom changed something in his settings or if they just sat down and said, you know what, this is what works. We're going to go to it, and we're just going to ride with it. Their defense has been so dominant for 2 or 3 seasons now. This defense isn't a shock. This offense, though, is where it really turned around. They got Jim Carr in here. You got Vernon Mills in here, and that helped guys like Aaron Ike and Chase Legend Jr. I don't think they changed anything or too drastically. It's just that spark after that Miami loss. They were just able to say, you know what, we're going to put our head down and we're going to blow through the rest of the schedule. And you're right, they didn't have a game in the fourth quarter basically the rest of the way. They had things under control. And it's hard maybe to pinpoint one thing, but I mean, I think they just had a little bit more desire to make sure that, you know, we're going to finish this strong and see what happens. And I mean, we saw it tonight. They just rolled through a great Wisconsin team.
Well, one of the things that I remember seeing in chat several times over the last couple of weeks is this narrative that Florida State wasn't using their best settings. They were beating teams, maybe losing that Miami team without their best offensive game plan. And supposedly they switched it around, and it's hard to argue with this now, coming from an AD and a coaching standpoint. Obviously, still kind of new to this a couple seasons in, but how confident would you be with running your second or third best settings all season and then saving apparently your best settings for the end of the season, which is hard to argue with?
I mean, if that's what Tom did, I mean, hats off to him for making it work. I can tell you what, I found my best settings probably 2 weeks into the season. I tried to change something up. It didn't work for me. In fact, it went completely the opposite direction of what I was hoping for. I went right back to my best settings, and it got me 4 wins. And so, I mean, if you're playing your second or third best settings and finding a way to win a national title, that's incredible. I don't think I would be confident at all straying away from what I thought was going to work best for me. And maybe that's what happened in the Miami game. Maybe they backed something off. And
well, that was the claim, is that they used their second or third best settings early in the season, and then apparently after the Miami game, then that's when they broke out their best settings, and they never had a game that was closer than 26 after it.
Well, I mean, again, if that's what happened, hats off to Tom. Again, I don't know, and maybe that's just the narrative. Maybe Tom figured something out right after that Miami game that worked a little bit better for him, and so yeah, you can spin it and say we didn't have our best settings that game, and maybe they didn't, but I don't know. Maybe Tom was kind of playing the rope-a-dope on us a little bit, but whatever he did worked.
So that, that's a thing too, and I know this has been very big watching ADs over the last 14 seasons. Is ADs will say a lot of things. How much of it is true is what you really got to dig into, because there is an element of gamesmanship there. And in a league where obviously you have your players, you have your talent depth, and you do have your playbooks and your settings, but there is a limit in some ways on your skill gap. I mean, you got to look for every edge you can, and playing psychological warfare with your opponents isn't necessarily a bad idea.
And not at all. I mean, every time someone asks me about it, I kind of say it's like playing chess or playing a hand of poker and never being able to see the person, look them in the eye, and try and get a read on them. Everything we're doing is through Discord or something. So we're literally reading texts, trying to figure out, is this guy saying exactly what he means, or is he trying to bluff me into giving away something or changing something to give himself the advantage? And it's hard to do that. And so you kind of have to figure out, everybody's personality and see if maybe they're giving something away that no one else has figured out yet.
Well, it looks like the Florida State guys have disappeared into their locker room. They're probably all celebrating, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get anybody on for a post-game interview. I guess I maybe should have prefaced them ahead of time. I didn't want to make anybody uncomfortable and feel like I was jinxing anything on either side. So we didn't set up anything. I thought maybe we could get somebody on at the end, but I think they're all jumping out. ST Mac, you're not part of the winning team. I appreciate it, but I was hoping to get one of the winners on, trying to get that adulation or that excitement going from it. And Tom is texting me, but I don't think he heard. Let me see if I can, one more try, if I can get him on Skype. Go ahead and talk for a minute, Murph.
All right, I'll do my best to fill the dead air. And we'll just keep talking about how amazing this Florida State run was. And we mentioned the Miami game, but I mean this defense has been built for multiple seasons. I mean, we knew about Isaac Frost and we knew about Kyoko Winter, and they've had some guys on the back end that could make plays. What really changed this team this season was the offense. Last year, the games that they won were tight ball games. And every time you turned on a Florida State game in season 13, you knew it was going to be a 13-10 game, and they may win it, they may lose it. You weren't quite sure, because the offense just didn't click the same way. Tom goes to running a pro-style offense in this one, and it's an offensive playbooks that get a lot of heat because you can't really open things up, or supposedly you can't really open things up. But he brings in guys like Jim Carr and Vernon Mills, along with some of the recruits he brought in as freshmen, and then just totally flips this league on its head, runs a pro-style offense to near perfection. I mean, puts up a huge amount of points. And like you said, they didn't play close games down the stretch of this season.
Well, I'm trying to get Tom on. He says that he's available, and trying to get the championship-winning AD on the phone here, trying to set it up. So you guys hang tight with us. Murph, we'll take a break from talking about this game. We'll start looking ahead. We got the coaching portal coming up starting this weekend. We got the transfer portal and recruiting starting next week. So talk a little bit about what that's like as an AD, getting ready to prepare for that next step and start building for next season.
But I tell you what, the recruiting side of things is extremely exciting. It's a little bit stressful and kind of nerve-wracking all at the same time. We put a lot of stock in trying to get some guys to come into the program, and I'm sure it happens everywhere, but you get a feeling about these guys as you're talking to them, and then you find out they go somewhere else kind of at the last second, and then you want to be heartbroken, and you want to kind of figure out what did I do wrong, could have I said differently, but you got to kind of turn around and figure out how to replace that guy you just thought you had landed. So this next few weeks here, when the off season gets rolling, is going to be an extremely fun time. If there's any listeners on that it's your first time going through recruiting, buckle up. It is a crazy wild ride. I mean, your Discord is going to be blowing up 24 hours a day until you finally sign somewhere. My advice to the new guys: listen to every offer that comes your way. Don't jump on the first offer necessarily that comes along. It may be the best offer in the end. That might be where you just had to go, but listen to everybody. Don't just narrow in on one team. It could be your favorite team, or I am not a big fan of Pitt. I know they're coming in, but even give those guys a chance to pitch their program. But it's going to be fun. And the off season is always crazy and wild, and it's a lot of our, I think, favorite time of the year. I mean, the games are great. The prepping for every week is fun, but that little bit of the off season where you're kind of flying around by the seat of your pants trying to get guys into the program, it's really exciting for everybody, because it's a little bit more of the hands-on stuff that once the season starts kind of somewhat goes away.
All right, I'm trying one last time to get Tom in here. If we can do it, then we will bring him in. If not, we will wrap things up. And one last attempt here. Let's see if we can get him in. Let's see. All right, I might lose you the way this is set up. I'll try to call you back, Murph. Hold on a second.
All right.
Hello.
Are you there?
Is this Tom Pence?
Yeah, this is Grin.
Is this national championship winning AD Tom Pence?
It's me, man. I still can't believe it.
Yeah? How does it feel?
Unreal, man. Just way too many emotions for this entire team, the league, everybody in it. I mean, these guys believed in what we were building 4 seasons ago, and it's just unreal, man. I say it all the time, and I don't do it for any accolades. I do it for every single coach, player, from past and present, that believe in what we're trying to do here.
So you joined in season 6 as an AD, and you took over Florida State. It's been, 9 seasons now?
Season 7.
Oh, it was a season 7, so it's been 8 seasons, right? Is my math right?
Yep.
8 seasons, and you finally got it in your 8th. I know everybody wants to come in right away and win in their first season. It took you 8 seasons. It's been a long, windy road. You've been to the playoffs a couple of times. You had a couple of rough seasons, last one being one of them. I mean, what's it like now looking back on that journey, getting to this point and finally capturing it all?
I mean, did it really happen? I mean, it's still, I can't believe it. It's lots of ups and downs, but trying to keep everybody focused and gathered and just say, hey, this is what we're doing, We've been close. 2 seasons ago when we won the SEC, I thought this could be it. And we've had some special teams. But, I mean, this year it was like week 1 and Notre Dame, the defending champs, who are so amazing and such an amazing program. And the run we went on, and then Miami kind of punching us in the mouth and waking this team up a little bit. And we've just been monsters ever since. And to win the last SEC championship and go on the run we went on, our first playoff win. Going
wow,
up
yeah,
against Texas,
first playoff.
going up against Texas, of all teams, who are so amazingly stacked. The rematch with Notre Dame, and then Mike, you and I have talked about it, to have to all that hard work to have to play Wisconsin in the national championship. Hands down, one of the most dominant defenses this league's ever seen, and to do what we did tonight, it just goes to show you how amazing this team really is.
So I asked Nate this earlier, trying to see if he could dissect it as an AD. I'll just ask you straight up. Wisconsin, I think going in, was everybody's most scary opponent. I can hear myself on one of you in the background, so if you could please mute whatever that is that you're listening to. But
TV, sorry.
Okay, what is it? What was it about this game, do you think, that made the difference? Now, we talked about the whole thing in chat, were you saving settings? Was it a new setting? Even if it was, what? So Wisconsin was so scary. How did you guys neutralize them in this game?
We played Florida State football. everybody likes to make the joke about the settings, and we put a lot of work into this playbook, and a lot of people thought I was crazy, including some people on my team that were going with the pro book, and we just knew what worked. And we had a couple of settings that were really good, and I didn't want to show our hand before we played Alabama. And, we had our numbers locked in, and me and Aaron and Scally still ran sims the last couple of days just to see how it looked. And we just basically came to the conclusion that, you know what, we're going to play Florida State football. And I think a lot of people were waiting for us to change something. And, we didn't change it. We just said, okay, Carr, you're the man, and we've got such an amazing receiver core with our receivers and tight ends, and two amazing halfbacks, and in the best fullback in the league that gets not enough credit. There should be, because you don't understand how important it is with what we're trying to do to have that entire team, egos put away. We've got so much talent that plays rotation football, and that defense is just so good. And to have to tell guys, hey, man, this is a team. We've been beating that drum. And we just said, hell with it. This is Florida State. Love us or hate us, we're going to play our style of football. And we played our style of football. And the run sets up the pass. It doesn't always look pretty, but the run sets it up, and it gives Carr the ability to do what he does so magically. And gosh, how about that offensive line tonight? What a great game.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame show, and both Logan and Frank both said that Fountain was going to be the key on Wisconsin. If he could establish the run game, then that was going to open everything up, and you guys did an amazing job. Anthony Jones was able to get some yards, although a lot of it came when they were down 3 scores or more. But Fountain, he had nowhere to go. Was that just kind of happenstance, or was that a key focal point for you guys coming into the game?
It was massive for us. Last time we played Wisconsin, even though we beat them, Fountain cut us apart. I think it's still probably one of the top 5 rushing games of all time. He had 3 or 4 just massive runs and gutted us. And gosh, is D Jones just not an amazing scrambling quarterback? It's like a linebacker with the football running at you full head of steam. But we just decided, you know what, if they're gonna try to stay true to what they are, we're gonna have to stop the run and make them beat us with the arm and let them make mistakes. And Carr was perfect tonight as far as the mistake free, and that defense of Wisconsin's is so disgustingly nasty. And we just said, hey, D Jones and Fountain can beat us with their feet, so let's take their feet away from them and make them beat us with their arms. And we had 2 really big interceptions, and probably, in my opinion, the turning point of this entire game was the Aaron Ike kick 6 as the half is going. Gave us 4 seconds and said, okay, I go get us a touchdown, please. And it was like the gods were listening, and he just took off, and it was just a complete game. That was a complete game.
We talked about that at the half, and Nate, I'll let you ask a question, but that, we talked about the 4th downs, a couple 4th downs early on that they weren't able to convert. Those were big. They gave you guys position, field position. But the kick 6, you're right, Nate. We were watching that. Wisconsin gets the 3 points to make it a 14-point game. 3 seconds left, and then Ike returns it. Nate, I was taking a break, but I know you were talking about it at the halftime show. How big did you feel that was?
I think that flipped the game back on its head. It turned the momentum back in Florida State's favor. And you mentioned Wisconsin only able to get 3 there was going to be a big key anyway. Kind of running out of time, couldn't take the shot towards the end zone. But then when Ike runs it back, I mean, it wasn't even close. There was nobody from Wisconsin even had a shot to bring him down. I felt like that right there kind of started to nail that coffin shut, because you could see Wisconsin wasn't going to be able to put points on the board against your defense, Tom. And I think Aaron Ike kind of just slammed the door right in their face.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it's hard to play comeback on us. We've been in that position with teams we've had in the past where we're just not built once you get down. And they clawed back and made it a 14-point game. And I thought, okay, we're in for a war. And I mean, that touchdown was massive. It was massive. And they made some runs at us that I was like, okay, here they go. And, you know, I'm not looking at the numbers yet. They haven't brought me the stat sheet, but I'd say they did better than us on third down conversion for the game. And it looked like every time they were in third, no matter what the down was, they were picking it up. But those key fourth down conversions we got on that one drive, and the ability to be able to stop them on fourth down when they were going for it. I mean, geez, Frost, that's a way to go out on top. And Cook and Barnes, both Barneses, and JJ had some big plays, and Madison and Morris and GSP. I mean, everybody, when we needed a play, found a way to make a play. And it was just, I'm getting old. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack when this game started. And as good as it looked, I was still just like, there's still time on the clock. There's still time on the clock. I've been in too many of these games that have flipped. And man, I'm proud to say I'm the AD of Florida State. It's a dream come true. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And I mean, the awards show earlier tonight, you know, I told you, Mike, if we win this, I'm going to cry, and I don't have any tears left because I did not expect with the AD competition that I was up against. That was floored me, and I cried, and I'll tell you, not one award means anything to me, but to be able to say we're national champions, and every AD in this league, past and present, know just how hard it is. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack now. How hard it is to get there.
breathe.
just to get to the game. You know, it's an honor to play in the national championship. I get so pissed when a good friend of mine gets a lot of shit because he hasn't won one yet, but he's been in a lot of them, and it takes a lot to get there. And man, to get there my first try and make it is just unbelievable, because there's so many good teams in this league, and you know, it's just a couple of plays that a lot of teams' seasons could have been different. And God, man, I love everybody in this league. If anybody says they don't love it, they didn't watch this season, because there were just so many great storylines and great teams. And I'll tell you what, Wisconsin's going to be back. You're not the back-to-back Big Ten champs for nothing. Notre Dame's going to be back. Texas is going to be. Everybody's going to be back. And there's some new teams out there that are going to be gunning. You know, that's the one thing. No matter what you want to say, you've got to give Wilkie his dues. He's had a bullseye on him for a long time, and to be able to do what he did is amazing. And you know, my fullback told me if we win this game, you know, we got to go back and recreate what we did. And I'm praying right now this offense stays 100% intact. You know, recruiting starts tomorrow. We get to celebrate tonight, but it's.
Well, coach, talking to coaches starts tomorrow. Recruiting starts on Monday, so you got a little bit of time, but you definitely got some time to look at coaches. You were talking about the stats. I put them up on the screen. I don't know if you have them up there, but the third downs identical for you guys both. But if you look at it, the fourth downs and the red zone are the difference. Nate, you taking a look at that one? You've been, I'm assuming, looking at it just from your perspective. What sticks out the most for you?
Well, I know I actually said it on the broadcast at one point in time, Tom. They were 6 of 10 at one point And then the rest of the way, every time they got in the third down, it didn't matter if it was 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 12. It seemed like they just didn't have a chance. They weren't going to pick it up. And then when you got them to 4th down, again, you just had that feeling that your defense was going to step up and make a play because they've done it all season long, minus the one-off against Miami. And we all have those one-off games that something just doesn't click. But it just felt like early on, I think you were right. They were better than you guys on 3rd down, but I don't. You guys found something somewhere on those 3rd downs late in that ball game, and you just kind of shut everything down that back end of the game.
Man, I never would have dreamed I would have held Wisconsin to 6 points.
Well, I was just going to say, if I told you before the game that Wisconsin outgained you and out first downed you, what would you have thought the game would have turned out to be?
Oh, gosh. I would have thought it'd been like a 21-10 game, 21-14 game. Steve Mack wrote an awesome article and had, guys have asked me a couple questions leading up to this, and you guys touched on it on the broadcast this morning. Turnovers make a difference, and I think it was Frank, or it could have been Logan, that said if Carr can be mistake-free, Florida State wins the game. And those when you look at those passing yards, I'll take those against the number one defense in the league. But man, no turnovers, and that's a big deal. God, you guys, I'm getting emotional. I can't believe it. Dude, it's just, Mike,
I know what went into it, and I know the effort that you put in. The last 2 years. I know you tried recruiting me last year, and I didn't go. I went to Michigan this season. I decided to go to Florida State. You told me you got the pro style working, and I was like, all right, we'll see. And, one of the things about your team had been consistency over the years. You'd have a good season, and then you'd have a bad season, or you'd have an average season, and, nobody really could figure it out, and you guys were able to put it in together. And, being in that locker room and, seeing it throughout, and I think I mentioned this earlier, that, all of those players in there, they all wanted to win it for you, and you wanted to win it for the players. And that's really cool. And that's a cool thing, that we can have 30 people all on a team like that, all, with their oars in the water, rowing in the same direction, trying to get a common goal, and replicating, a real life college season and the grinds of it, the ups and downs, the loss to Miami, and then the comeback at the end. It was really cool to watch. And, I try to stay as neutral as possible being in my role. I would be happy whoever wins. I feel like that's, how I look at it. But I'm, from my perspective, looking at you for 8 seasons, seeing what you've gone through, and you've always been one of the people that have loved this league more than anybody. But obviously you had work and family and stuff going on. You weren't able always to put it together. And seeing the way it came together this season, what you've been able to do, and just how dominant you were able to do it has been very, very impressive. And, the locker room that you've built and the stable of coaches, you've already got one moving on to be an AD. You've got a couple more that could be in the near future. I mean, that says a ton about that as well. And, I will say I'm very, very happy for you, and I'm very proud of you. And it's great to see from my end as well.
I appreciate it. We get to squeeze some seasons into one calendar year, but I'll be the first to tell you the last 2 years of my life have just been an immense roller coaster of emotions, and just trying to walk the walk the way you're supposed to walk it. And the league's always meant everything to me. And I got to give my hats off to this team, to these guys in this locker room. And you've been in there, Mike, and these coaches, because there's many a nights where, it'd be real easy to go to bed at 10 o'clock, 10:30, and we're still up till, 1 o'clock in the morning running numbers. And Bays and Aaron, believed in me when I told them we can run a pro book. Aaron will be the first person to tell you that, air raid, look at all this talent. Shit, you put the hard work in, like really legitimately put the hard work in, it does pay off. And I'm just elated, dude. I'm elated. Man. All the guys that have walked through this locker room, we've had some great players, and this is for Bracco and for, Sed's not here anymore, but for Sed and the Petty Johns and the Mears and the Brentavos and, the Lightning Dragons and, all the Cole, these guys that came and have gone. And, anybody want to say whatever they want to say about Jim Carr, they just don't know the man, because he believed in what we were doing, and that locker room's amazing because of everybody in it. Ricky Davis and Scally. It's everybody, soccer dude, guys that are, halfway around the world that can only get in sometimes. They get in there, and, you talk to them in DMs. And, I wore a shirt tonight, and I did a video for our team before the game. And this Florida State shirt's probably my favorite shirt because it just has one word on it, and it's family. Oh God, you treat them all like family, and you try to, be there when they need you.
Well, you did an amazing job, and you have created quite the family at Florida State. It's like I said, it's been very, very impressive to watch, and your growth as an AD, and the way you've been able to pull everything together this season and coach up your coaches. I mean, you have kind of put yourself up there at least in the same stratosphere of Notre Dame and Texas and those guys. And from a coaching standpoint, your family that you talked about, you've got a stable of guys that you could have, 2 or 3 ADs over the next couple seasons. And then I'm sure you're going to be looking to develop more guys. And so, a lot of people say it's just a sim league and stuff like that. And it is. And, people getting heated about it and getting in their feelings about it. We don't need that, but when you're able to get a group of guys that all bond together for 8-10 weeks and really buy in to make something come together, it can be a very special thing, and I'm
100%.
I'm happy that I was able to create something that everybody's having so much fun in, that you can have moments like that, and that's rewarding to me to be able to see that. And I'm sure eventually Texas is going to get one, Oklahoma State's going to get one, but we talk about it all the time. There's 24 teams. Next season there's going to be 28. That means there's 27 teams that are going to go home wishing they had another game to play or another 2 games to play. And Murph, I'm sure you can relate to that as well. But we're going to wrap it up. It's 10 o'clock. I know Murph's like 4 hours past his bedtime. Again, Tom.
Had to get one more shot in, didn't you, Mike?
Again, congratulations, Tom. Excellent season, and just an impressive performance down the stretch, the way your team played, the way you pulled everybody together. You guys are the champions. You guys deserve it. So go celebrate a little bit with your team, but don't celebrate too hard, because tomorrow you got to get back in there, start talking to coaches.
It starts all over,
Starts playing.
No sleep for the weary. But just on a final note, 2 things. One, Murph and Mike, amazing job on the call.
Thank you.
Amazing job to you and Scott and Logan on the podcast. People don't realize the people behind the scenes that make everything happen. And I know how crazy this day is, and to get guys like Logan and, Smitty and other guys that reach out to you, because it's massive. This is a community, and I get shit from my coaches for helping other teams out, but that's what it's about. And thank you guys for, letting me enjoy the league and for getting this national championship. And we started no wins next season, and let's go get another one. Let's go try to get another one.
Well, there you go. And like you said, helping out other teams, that's part of it. The rising tide raises all boats, or whatever that phrase is. And, if you guys are out there and you have experience to offer to somebody else, by all means do it. Tom has not been one to ever try to shy away and not teach things. He's always been willing to help new ADs and new players and users. He's been a community manager at one point. So he's always been, and you can be that guy and you can still win a championship. And
hats off to OK State and to DT Hall. DT Hall, I talk to more than anybody in this league on a nightly basis. And Horns, your tree, and Juby and everybody else. I learn something different every day, and that's all I got to say. I got to shut up because me, Mike, I get emotional and start talking.
Well, we're all very proud of you and very happy for you. Congratulations again. Your season 14 national championship winning AD Tom Pence. Want to take that moment? We'll go ahead and sign off for now. Appreciate Nate. Congratulations on your co-AD or co-broadcaster of the year. Florida State with a bunch of hardware tonight before the championship game. And of course, they dot the I, so to speak, with the championship trophy. And thank you to everybody that's left. I know there's only 30 of you, so I'm only speaking to a small group of you guys, but thank you all for such an amazing season. All of our contractors, we got 30 contractors on payroll. All of those guys, we got Frosty and Cole, who work nearly full time. We've got Alan, who's such a big part of the community and keeping all these guys in line and, keeping it positive and happy in there and not letting things get out of the way. And of course, all of our broadcasters, the broadcast is the big part of our league. And without our broadcasters sacrificing every night to sit out here and call games, we wouldn't have what we had. So I appreciate all of you guys and thank you guys so much for such a wonderful season. And I can't wait to do it again. We take a few days off. Hopefully Tom can sit on his couch and recruit some coaches but still get some relaxation. But everybody else, Nate and everybody else, is back to work tomorrow, finding coaches and finding a way that you can dethrone this very potent national championship winning Florida State team. And so from everybody here at PX1 Sports, we thank you guys. Congratulations again to Florida State, and we'll see you guys this offseason with recruiting and everything else. It's going to be a lot of fun.